Welcome at the LHoFT.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Well, I think the first main skill is the financial and technical skills. Okay, this is the first thing. We had a very broad and technical knowledge about it. And the second, I think it's this international, because we are students from all around the world, which is really good because we can have this kind of a very broad vision about different culture and so on. So I think it's good because in Luxembourg you can see it's really an international country and which is kind of correlated. And I think that the last one will be this kind of access to the network, the Luxembourgish network, the ecosystem, because we have a very strong contact with professionals from the industry in Luxembourg.
Okay, I would also like to add that one thing that I found very interesting is a student from Luxembourg School of Finance. At the end of the course, you gain some experience in the sense that you have a lot of professors with a lot of expertise in the financial industry. I've been very lucky to have been taught by some of the very, very best professors, and it's kind of giving me a very broad personality, a very broad view on the Luxembourg financial industry and financial industry in Nepal. So I think it's a very good point for students of LHoFT.
So I think what we do good in Masters, we really have a holistic approach to innovation and to business models in general. We have a broad range of courses from marketing to finance to law to management, psychology. So once you combine all of them together, it's really a broad approach and we really cover a lot of aspects which will be useful for the startup environment. I think we also train a lot our work ethic and we really prepare in a good way for the future workplace. Because of the really intense classes and schedules, we have school from 10 to 5 every day and a lot of project works and assignments. So I think we're really gonna end up as a prepared and independent worker at the end. And I think the last point would be with teamwork and communication, because as having 11 courses per semester, most of them, if not even all, have group work included. So we really learn how to cooperate in a team and how to lead projects and how to work in a diverse teams, since a lot of us from different backgrounds.
So, first of all, of course, to thank people studying mathematics need to be adaptable, need to be curious about how things actually work behind. Secondly, one has to be flexible to adapt to new methods, different environments, etc. And finally, I would say that our master, it has the first year of general mathematics, and then in the second year we specialize. So even if one wants to do financial mathematics, he has to go through a very theoretical part before we really learn how to fight, how to bite us through. And this feeling, this emotion of not giving up, never ever, this is what makes us.
As far as I'm concerned, I'm doing the master in wealth management, and I think I'm searching for a position in the financial field, like asset management and so on, and more also front office. Wealth management, private banking, so both, because they are kind of correlated together, and so yes.
Okay, for me, I'm more interested in the startups because I feel that is where you gain most experience from. You have the opportunity to, they're usually made up of smaller teams, so you actually work, you're able to actually gain a lot of experience from people. I feel the big names, no offense, you can always get there later.
So I think when it comes to the future job, I think I would be interested in having an innovative environment. I'm more of a person who likes to challenge how things are and really improve them and find new ways of doing the same things. So I think innovation is quite a big thing for me, and I would also say that it would be pretty appealing if there was a dynamic workplace. So I think that's really important, not to be a static job and not to be only bound to the desk, that you can really showcase your abilities and improve from day to day and really work on different tasks. And as the last part, I would prefer not to be in a corporate environment that much. That's why I would chose the Master of Entrepreneurship and Innovation, because I think the startup environment is much more dynamic at the end of the day. And it brings along a new set of challenges which are usually a bit overcome in a corporate, but which brings a lot of interest to me in solving them.
I'm looking for a combination of technology and finance. Currently, in the last decades, we had started a movement of blockchain, of data analysis, big data, structuring, data lakes, and so on and so on. And the combination of this towards finance would be a very good approximation to what I would like to do. Luxembourg is in particular interesting for me since it might sound a bit cocky, but there's money. There's money for startups. There are investors interested in bringing startups up and promoting them, etc.
Okay, for me, my dream workplace, I would like to work in an environment that is, I wouldn't say relaxing, but that is conducive. I wouldn't like to work in an environment that would be so much stressful for me. I feel I am able to attain my goals. I work at my best when I'm not so pressured. And at the same time too, I'm looking for a place that would challenge me, that would help me grow.
For me, the best place is kind of place where you have different people from different background, such a diversity, because I think that with the diversity you can have different ideas and you can go further. And I think it's really important to have a place where you can work as a group and try to find new innovative way to improve the way you're doing business. It's really important. And of course, you have a place where you can have a certain responsibility and yeah, to work. Yeah, I mean, I think that the way of how you work together in the daily life is quite important.
Well, I see workplaces of future really being focused on the employee. So I think it's really important to ensure the employee satisfaction, whether that be through team buildings, through different kind of educational progresses where you can advance in your career. And also maybe I think sustainability could be a big part of the future, because as you all know, our world is not the greatest when it comes to resources. So I think the sustainability approach of the company would make it really more appealing and contributing back to the community in the best possible way. And I think in general the work environment is important. So for instance, as we are here in LHoFT, it's a really nice and open space, and I would really appreciate that in a company, because I prefer that instead of being bound to a desk. And I think it stimulates creativity and innovation and relationships with your fellow employees, which I think is really important.
Well, of course it should be challenging. It shouldn't be the same thing all the time. However, I'm going to be at my workplace the majority of my day. So I should enjoy it. And I really want to help the company go where they want to go. Hence, one has to feel welcomed at the workplace, should be a team player, should know how to lead people as well. And a good group community is for me essential.
Maybe I will add the fact that, of course, it's we have working in finance, in the financial field. Of course, you will have this contact with the innovation, and because we are constantly searching for how we can improve the business model, and I think it's really important nowadays to have this kind of in our mind. And also entrepreneurship, of course, because I think that it's undeniable that they are really important in the ecosystem. And as a private banker, you need, or wealth manager, whatever, you really need to because they are our client actually. So you need to really to understand them and to provide them the advice at the right level.